I'm going to jump straight to the dinner scene because I feel like that was where it got more
Sure.
intense and serious and more conversational. But
Mm.
did the dinner scene, ever feel different to how it appeared when you watched it on TV? Like, I'm sure there was a lot more that wasn't shown that you wish got aired as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little hard to watch if I'm being honest, like in the sense that it's so different from what happened. What I'll say in terms of, I won't speak on anyone else too much, but for me, I tried to convince Trinity to change his mind for, I don't know, almost half an hour, I would imagine. Like it
Wow.
was a lot of back and forth between the two of us. What a lot of people maybe don't understand is come the final six, we had three different couples. Okay. We had Stephen and Kate were very close. We had Deja and Perla who were very close.
Hmm.
And then there was Trinity and I who were very close. And so when he came to me and was doing this sacrifice, like I really did want to play it out with him. I kind of wanted him to win if I couldn't win. I wanted to see him get that. We talked
Mm.
about our struggles growing up and growing up without a lot of money and things like that. And I just knew how much it'd change his life. So it's hard to see how the edit then depicts that because he essentially just comes to me, I do the cross sign and I pick his hand, and that's just not how it went down. But you know, nonetheless, it does at least, I think, do his grand gesture justice.
Mm.
Because he did do a big thing for us, and um, yeah, it's hard to watch, but you know,
Yeah, yeah.
it's okay.
I know you're both big believers in God, so I don't want to, judge on that. But do you think it was more of like a publicity stunt of him, like, like earning more
Oh,
TV
definitely not
time?
with
Okay,
Trinity.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
I think there's a lot of players who did do things in there for screen time, but
yeah,
I will
yeah.
say that Trinity was not a player who was doing anything for screen time, in my opinion.
Mm,
Um, I just, he's just one of those rare people that would do something like that.
yeah, yeah.
He just happened to make it to the end. Um, I know what's also not shown is actually I was a big motivator for him doing that. I think that our connection, um, I wanted to buy a lobster boat. I wanted to kind of further my career in fishing, and he really, really resonated with that and
Mm,
wanted that for me. So I mean, I have nothing but love for Trinity, and I think his, you know, career, let's say, is only just beginning.
yeah, no, of course, and all of yours are as well. I mean, you're going to have a lot come from this. I mean, it probably hasn't
Mm,
even started yet, really. People are still watching the show, and there's going to be more like,
that's right.
sponsor offers. Are you prepared for it all? Would you say? Yeah,
Yeah, I think so, for
yeah,
sure. I mean,
yeah.
the great thing about me is like I live on an island, so I mean, as much as I can escape the hustle and bustle, it's hardcore here in the sense of everybody knows everybody. So even
Yeah.
just going to the grocery store is sometimes a really long process because I got 10 different people wanting to ask me questions and things like that. But it's a blessing, I love it. Yeah, definitely ready for it.
Mm-hmm. And going back to Trinity as well, I know like he was in a different position at that time, but do you think Stephen shouldn't have told Trinity where the black coin was at the time? Do you think
Mm.
Stephen should have just yeah went with it
Well,
without letting him have it?
Stephen was just trying to play the game out. I know once the dust was settled, we kind of were talking about that a little bit, and Stephen was like, I was confused. He's like, at first, he's like, I wasn't sure if he was just trying to trick me or if he actually wanted the black coin. But then, and I mean, the edit doesn't give it justice, but they kind of went back and forth for a lot longer too than what's shown in the episode. And um, I think Steven just finally found out that like, no, this guy legitimately just wants the black coin for whatever
Mm,
reason. We weren't kind of sure yet why he wanted it, but I mean, look, for Steve, that meant he gets to go to the final four, so why not,
mm,
right?
mm. Was you ready when Trinity put you in the position for winning though? Would you say?
What's that? Sorry?
Was you ready for when Trinity put you in the position for winning though? Yeah, because he put you
Put
through
me
to the
in the
next
position for
round.
winning?
Yeah, yeah, like well, not winning, but into the next round.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the like as if I didn't feel enough pressure already to win. Now I have like my best friend in the game sacrificing himself, and it's like, okay, now I really got to win this thing. So I mean, I tried. I
Mm.
tried.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think you would have made it through to a red light, green light if he didn't tell you where the coin was, though? Do you think it still would have went that way?
Oh, do I think I would have made it through if we had to
Yeah.
play? I've actually asked myself this a lot, is like if Trinity didn't do what he did, how it would have shaken out. Because he would have went to Deja, then whoever would have made it out of there would have went to Perla, whoever made it out of there would have came to me. I don't know who would have come to me, I don't know who it would have been. Um, I know that I probably was going to pick left because my boyfriend's left-handed, and I just, when the game started, something about left was in my head. So I
Mm.
just kind of had this like gut feeling that that's what I was going to do, kind of regardless of what the person said. But who knows? Who knows how it would have shaken out?
Yeah, yeah. Um, what caused your delay of stopping in red light, green light? What was
What's that
behind
now?
that? What caused your delay of stopping and getting killed off? Because like
Okay, okay.
there must be
So
a story
so
to
let
that.
me
Yeah.
let me do myself some justice here and say that the edit definitely makes it look like I messed up more than I did, okay?
Okay. Right.
I think what I'll say is, let's say there's like the song is for 2 seconds, okay? The gokola di bia dendi da. On the da, that's when I stopped. So I wanted to move the full song, okay? This is a
Mm,
race for millions of dollars. Like I'm trying to go. Whereas everyone else played it so much smarter and safer, and they only ran about half the song, then stopped, got themselves in position and got ready,
mm,
which was the better move. That was the better move. I should have played it safer for sure. Um, I just wanted to move the full song, and I think when what's not shown in the edit is I held that position for about a half an hour before I got squibbed. And I thought that whole time that like the music's going to start soon or whatever. I wasn't really sure what to think in that moment, but I didn't think I was out because of how long I was holding it for.
yeah.
But anyways, that's kind of what happened is I think that in when you compare my run with everyone else's, I went a lot longer than everyone else. So I just think it was easy for them to maybe like edit the music back a second and just kind of make it look like,
Wow.
you know,
Are you trying to tell me it's a dodgy production edit then for
I
the show?
mean,
Yeah.
I'm not, the thing is like I don't I'm not able to have that footage, the real raw footage and watch it myself. I can only view what the edited version is, right? So I can only kind of base my memory versus what I'm seeing and
Mm,
kind of like find that middle ground. So
yeah.
I'm not trying to say they did me dirty, but I think
They did you die.
I think
Yeah. Yeah.
everybody's messaging me saying I'm a robbed queen. So I don't know.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I didn't play it safe enough, and that's my fault. I
Yeah.
think that whether I messed up because I overran or I didn't play it safe enough, regardless, I messed up, and that's on me.
Mm, mm. On the live set that on the sorry, let me say that again. On the live set though, would you say you heard it different? Like the sound, was there a sound really there when you was running, or was it like added on after the filming? Yeah, what was the?
So the song did play in the arena in which we were running,
Mm,
but whether that's the audio that is on the show,
mm,
I don't really know. To
okay.
me, it's Netflix. They're gonna edit it a little bit. You know what I mean? I think when it comes to a game like this, they want the audience to be like, oh, she definitely messed up. Oh, he definitely messed up, and not it be this like, did she really mess up? I
Yeah,
think they want viewers to watch it and just know that that person got out. So I think that they put a little bit of effort to make it look like that, but you
yeah,
know,
yeah. I feel like it was kind of a cheesy when they put it together. You can kind of see it a little bit. It's sort of like, you do. It does make you wonder. To be
I
fair,
know. And
yeah.
and it's I know a lot of people are saying it's a little bit of an underwhelming finale, and I get that because it's like the most anticipated game of the season, and here we are not even allowed to talk or interact with each other, right? It's
Mm,
like that whole premise of the game is don't move. and it's for millions of dollars. So I guess I think I can understand how a lot of people are like, that was a little underwhelming.
Mm, mm. If that scene didn't happen, do you think you would have made it through and beat everyone else? Like, do you think you would
I
have got
mean,
it?
yeah, I mean, I think all four of us have that feeling of like, if this one little thing would have been different, I would have won, or things like that. I mean, Steve, I'm sure he says to himself, if he didn't fall to the ground, he would have made it. I'm sure Deja thinks she would have won if her leg didn't pop or whatever. So I mean, yes, I think a world definitely exists
Mm.
where I won all that money. Yeah.
What was going through your mind when you saw? Well, actually, I don't know if you would have saw Stephen fall after. Was you in the room at the
No, I
time?
didn't. I wasn't
Okay,
there.
okay. What was your
Yeah.
thought of it though when you saw it on TV? Was it like a similar
Oh
process
man.
to your one as well? To
So
your.
I did like me and Steve spoke obviously after the show and he did kind of tell me what had happened. I obviously didn't see it with my own eyes, but when he told me, I was like, "Oh no," because he Steve does admit that he thinks that once he dropped to his knees, the music did stop.
Mm,
So he kind of feels from what he's told me anyways, I think he feels justified in him getting out, but yeah, what a lead he had. I think that if my leg, and I mean, I can say this now, but if my leg was numb, I think I would have tried to maybe just lean on the left one or something.
mm.
I don't know. But he tried. He gave it his all.
You think it would be fair for Stephen to win, even though he's already a millionaire, though?
Um, it's tough. Like, did he make it to the end and deserve it just as much as the rest of us? Yes. But then when you incorporate the real life factor into this, we're not competing for 20 grand or something like that. Like this is life-changing, multi-generational type of money. So do I think that he needed it or whatever? No. But if he would have won, would I be happy for him? Yeah, I
Mm,
would.
okay, interesting.
Yeah, I know a
Yeah,
lot of people don't feel that way, but as someone who got to know him, and you know what, Steve's a really nice person,
yeah.
I would have been happy if he won, but am I glad that he didn't as well, seeing that he's already a millionaire? Yes.
Mm, mm. Okay. I got another question about Trinity as well. Going back to him,
Mm-hmm.
he seems to be the main topic at the moment. But
Yeah.
yeah, are you kind of annoyed though that he sacrificed his position for others because people in harder situations than him at that time could have used that as a chance to win? What's your view on that as well?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, as someone who played the game, seen his sacrifice, and now have waited almost a year for the show to come out, I never expected this reaction from people. I didn't expect that people would kind of give him hate over it. Because I guess like I can only view it from my perspective. And as a player, it was this like ultimate selfless move. And I just thought, man, he's going to be so praised over this. Like I honestly thought that he was going to be like, and he is this huge fan favorite over this move. Now, do I understand how people feel a certain type of way about, I know like Kate, for example, who made it to the top six. Does she probably feel a certain type of way about, having to play Trinity and shuffleboard and then him take himself out on the very next round? I'm sure she does feel a certain type of way about that. But ultimately, I'm just shocked that people are so critiquing over his move. I thought it was incredible. But then
Yeah.
again, I get to now compete for millions because of that. So maybe my lens on it is jaded as well.
Mm, mm. Would you have done it if it was the other way around though? Would you have done that? What would have
No,
been
I was
your
never
plan?
going to just give up. I mean, I would have never been able to come home to my family if I would have
Yeah.
done that. No.
Okay. And being religious, do you think the sign was like really from Jesus, or do you think it was because it was such a tense moment that he felt like that emotional at that time? Yeah.
I think as someone who does have a pretty good relationship with God, I do think that he had feelings and like I think that there was definitely like a religious motivation and I think that for people who do speak to God that, that's very powerful. Um, so yeah, I think it certainly did have a big part in it.
Mm, okay. Looking back though, would you play anything differently, knowing how physically and mentally, draining it would be? Yeah,
The only thing I do different is that first round in red light green
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, I can't really say I'd do anything differently because I made it to the end. I really loved my game. I had a lot of good moments. I came home with a smile on my face, even though it was through tears as well, but I'm still very happy with the game I played. And, someone had to be the first out in red light, green light, and it just so
yeah,
happened to be me.
yeah. Was you thinking it'd be Perla to take the winnings at the time, like, or was you think expecting
Ooh,
someone else?
I actually I did think Perla was a contender in this one because you know why? Perla was the most calm out of us all.
Yeah.
She was the one that was most in check, and I think that that benefited her so much because she was able to, like I say, not think, oh, I got to run this full song. I can just run
Mm,
half the song, then stop and not get eliminated. She was able to kind of set the pressure aside and just think rationally, I think, more than the rest of us. So I give her credit for that.
okay. And are you happy with the final cut, or do you wish there was more shown in there?
I think that first off, season one had 10 episodes, and then our season got cut down to nine, which
Okay.
was terrible for us. I think losing that one episode really took away from a lot of the dorm stuff, a lot of the connections, a lot of the character building. Um, Do I love the edit? No. Do I love the show? Yes. What I'll say is if I'm somebody just watching it and not somebody who kind of knows everything that did happen, I think it's a great show. But I will admit, as
Mm,
living through it and watching it, it's very different. So it's
mm,
it's a little hard to watch just because of how different it is from
yeah.
from what actually happened.
Okay. What would you have done with the money? I know you had a bit of a backstory in the show, but what else would you have done with it, do you think?
Yeah, I know. I actually I said it about a million times in there, and I don't think it made the edit as to why I wanted the money. But
Mm,
so I actually wanted so I fish lobsters like for other people. I wanted to use the money to buy my own lobster boat, my own lobster gear, and kind of have my own operation out at sea. Getting into that costs like over $2 million, so it's kind
oh
of
wow.
a dream that I could only do with like this much money. So that was going to be my goal for sure,
As
is
per
just kind of
the
further
yeah.
my career and I mean, of course, a million other things, help my family, spoil my people and all this stuff, but the main focus for me was
Mm.
that boat, baby.
Has Perla donated to you at all? In any way? Have you heard
Has
from
she what now?
Perla? Has Perla donated to you at all in any way, or
No,
given you a paycheck?
no, Perla. No. And you know what? She doesn't need to.
No, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
very rich in life without that money. I think that
Okay.
she has lots of plans for it. I know that she has plans to um, do all sorts of things. So no,
Mm.
I don't expect or want. I want her to enjoy it. She deserves it. She won it.
Yeah, yeah. Is the amount real, would you say, or is it like, is there a catch to it? Is it a real 4.56 million?
It's
Yeah.
real. As much as it's hard to believe, like it's a stupid amount of money. And what I'll say is, and you can relate to this as someone being in the UK, the exchange rate for me was going to be quite amazing.
Mm.
And then in addition to that, I wasn't going to have to pay taxes. So
Oh well.
for me, I was competing for 6.6 million Canadian tax
Wow,
free. And
that's a lot
oh,
more.
it's even hard to say that.
Mm.
It really is that much money. Yeah, we signed contracts saying that that is what we're playing for. There's definitely no discrepancy that it's that much money. Yeah.
Is it controlled in any way? Like once it's in your bank, like is it controlled by the TV
I
shows
don't believe
or an
so.
accountant? Or
I don't
yeah.
believe so, no.
Okay,
To my
it's
understanding,
interesting.
I know that, for someone like Perla, she's going to incur a lot of taxes. I think, to my understanding, most Americans that I spoke to in the game, they told me that they'd be lucky to get half of the money.
Mm.
So, she's going to take quite a big hit there, but I mean, $2 million is still
Yeah.
$2 million.
But
So,
surely you can move out quickly to sort of try and avoid it, can't you? I mean, you can change
I mean,
countries, I think.
I hope she
Yeah.
can do something, but
Mm.
I don't know. It's pretty hard in America. I know like the season one winner of Survivor, Richard Hatch, didn't pay his taxes and he ended up
Oh,
going to jail. Like
well,
he went
yeah.
to prison. So yeah, Perla, pay your taxes, girl.
Yeah. That'll be the main point.
Yeah, pay your taxes,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, like, would you have, do you think you would have handled it well, though? Like, do you think you would have coped with having that kind of money? Because it's still a lot at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so again, kind of going back to where I live, I think that it would have made my life difficult in the sense
Mm,
that um I think that if I would have won that much money in such a public way, it would have been overbearing living here because it's just what I'll tell you. Here's something that'll blow your mind is I already had people asking me for money before the final episode even aired.
wow, that's crazy.
So, yeah, if I would have actually won, I think I would have had to, I don't know, like go go black. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Like not have a cell phone or something.
yeah,
I don't know. Life would have been very different for me for sure. So it's kind of cool that I got to play, experience everything, and kind of just like go back to my normal life.
yeah, yeah. Wait till it calms down and everyone's forgotten until the next TV show or something as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's next for you? You're going to do more reality TV? Can we expect to see more from you? You planning to do more?
There's a chance, for sure. There's a chance. I think, look, what I'll say is I'm very satisfied with my experience. I really wanted to do it just to kind of see something through to the end, not have a pandemic end it early, and just see how I do. So I don't know. I might do something more, but I am very satisfied with just leaving it here as well.
Mm.
But you never know. You might see me on the beaches of Survivor or Amazing Race Canada or something like that.
Nice. I feel like you got the personality to smash out some TV shows. So yeah,
Yeah, you never
cool,
know.
amazing. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. Thanks for your
Yeah,
time.
no, of course. I enjoyed it.
Cool.